The end. You want me to check the closet for monsters tonight? No? Okay. Good night, kiddos.
Ready for your real bedtime story, kiddos? If you get scared, just remember to close your eyes and tell yourself it's not real. This is Midnight Apocrypha. For tonight's taste of terror, we bring you Revolt of the Worms.
All I can do is sit and think and wait. Wait for the floors to lift and the walls to crash. Facts. Think of facts. Yes, a journal of facts. Think how it began. Why it's happening. Journal of facts until the walls crash in and the thick flesh. Charles Prentice. There's a fact. Chemist and fool. Fool. Run away. 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 Run away from reality. War. 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 Run away.
You mean we're going to live in this godforsaken place, Charles?
Yes, Claire, I remember. You did say that. And I said, of course we're going to live here. It's ideal for my work.
But we're so far away from everything, Charles.
So far away from what? Your friends? My friends?
All right, Charles. Whatever you say, Charles.
You never disagreed with me. Did you, Claire?
Why, it's so quiet up here. It's almost as if we were out of this world.
Yes, I remember. Young Jackson, you did say that.
I like working with you, sir. Why, up here, it's almost as if we were out of this world.
Out of this world. I want it to be out of this world.
Hide until it's over.
Yes. Why not? Why not? Why not?
What are you going all the way up there for, Prentice?
To do my work, of course.
But who cares about propagating new varieties of roses at a time like this?
The times have nothing to do with it. I'll do what I please. I'll do what I please.
But Prentice, to leave suddenly like this, it doesn't make sense. Roses are fine in normal times, but a chemist of your ability? In times like these, there's certainly more productive work that you could do.
I'm not interested in your opinions. I'll do what I please. Do you hear me? Do what I please. Do what I please.
Yes, sir. Everything's ready, sir. greenhouse, all ready for you, sir.
Let's get started, Jackson. We're working late tonight.
Yes, sir.
But Charles...
And please do not disturb us. We have a lot of work to do.
Yes, Charles.
1 week ago. Wednesday.
Does the wind always blow up here, Charles?
Eh?
I said the wind. Does it always blow like that?
Why?
It's frightening.
Mighty less frightening than the things that are happening back in the city.
I suppose so.
I know so. Where's that boy? Jackson!
Yes, sir?
The phosphates, are they ready yet?
Not quite, sir.
Well, get them ready. Every one of the plants. We work late tonight. Very late. Work late and hard. That was the answer to everything.
A chemist of your ability? In times like these, there certainly must be more important work than propagating roses that you could do. A chemist of your ability? In times like these, there certainly must be more important work than propagating roses that you could do.
I wouldn't think of that. I told myself, wouldn't think of that. Roses. Yes, develop the greatest rose in the world. That would be my answer to them. While they bombed and burned, I developed the largest rose the world had ever known. And when the world settled down again, I'd come back and bring the rose to them, and then they wouldn't care if I'd run away. My plan. Why did it go wrong? Claire, why did it go wrong? Claire... Oh. Dead. You're dead. They killed you. Dead as I'll be dead. If I could only think... Why did it go wrong?
Where'll I put the solution that's left over, Mr. Prentice?
Yes, I do remember. That was it.
Oh gosh, Mr. Prentice, I'm trying to understand, but I'm so tired.
Must keep working. The only salvation is to work.
What's salvation got to do with roses?
Don't be impertinent. Do your work.
Yes, sir.
2 cc's for each plant. And careful, don't let any of it touch the stem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You weren't very happy, were you, Jackson? Those were things you couldn't understand.
It isn't that I don't want to work, Mr. Prentice. It's just that I'm all mixed up. These roses, why do I have to pour this on them every hour on the hour? It doesn't make sense. Hormones, sure. I know what they are. Secretions from the glands in the human body. Sure. I know what they're for. Make us grow and everything. I get it. That's what you try to do with the roses. Make them grow fast and big. But how do you know these hormones will work on plants, Mr. Prentice? And how do you know how much to give them? And how big will the roses grow, Mr. Prentice?
Questions. Everlasting questions. But now, I ask them. Why did it all go wrong? Thursday. What do I remember?
Where'll I throw the hormone mixture that's left over? Mr. Prentice? Mr. Prentice, I said, where'll I throw the hormone solution?
Go away! Can't you see that I'm working?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I remember.
Friday.
What a Friday.
Friday night.
Claire? Claire? Claire,
Yes?
is that you?
Yes, Charles.
What are you doing walking out here in the dark?
It's a lovely night.
Romantic at your age.
I just like the night.
You woman. Come back into the house.
All right.
Crazy, walking around in the dark. Ugh. What's the matter with you? Can't you walk? If I hadn't
It's
caught
slippery.
you... What are you talking about?
It's all slippery around here.
Don't talk foolishness.
But it is.
But George, you're right.
What?
Stand still, I'll light a match. Had somewhere... Ah, yes. Now, we'll see what...
Charles!
Stop grabbing! Worms.
What?
Can't you see? Just ordinary earthworms. Night crawlers. We just walked over a few of them. You woman with your fears and your squeamishness. Fucking a few worms, you make more noise and more fuss. I remember. Friday night.
The extra hormone solution. Where'll I throw it, Mr. Prentice? Mr. Prentice! Where'll I throw the extra hormone solution? Mr. Prentice! Where'll I throw the extra hormone solution? Mr. Prentice! Where'll I throw the extra hormone solution?
Saturday. And then... the night. Jackson! Jackson, where are you? Jackson, I told you to stay in the house, Jackson. Where are you? Time to feed the plants. Jackson, where are
He's
you?
not here, Charles.
Claire! You startled me, walking up like that.
I didn't mean to.
That infernal boy, where is he? Have you seen him?
He's not in the house.
But I told him not to go out. I told him only an hour ago he's got to work all night. The plants must be watered every hour on the hour.
He went out.
Well, why didn't you stop him? Now I'll have to go chase after him. Jackson! Jackson, are you out there? Come in!
Charles, what?
What do you think it was? Thunder. It's starting to rain. Shut the door. Shut the door, I say.
But the boy...
If he hasn't had the sense to come in and out of the rain, it's just too bad. I've got enough to do with worrying about my roses without worrying about him. And don't you go out after him. He'll come back. He'll come back. Saturday night. And when it was day again...
Charles? Charles, wake up! Please wake up!
Where?
You're on the couch. You fell asleep on the couch. Charles, get up right away.
What's the matter with you? Why should I get up? What difference
Listen
does it
to
make?
me, please. The boy, he isn't back yet.
Huh?
Jackson, he isn't back yet. Charles, where could he be? The storm. You slept. I waited.
Wait a minute. Have you looked in his room?
I just came from there. Charles, where could he have gone to? All through the storm.
Stop talking so much and let me get up. I'll go see. Must you follow me? Why did you wake me up? Why did you let me sleep?
I must have fallen asleep too. I opened my eyes. It was day. Oh, Charles.
Stop Charlesing me, crazy young fool. So we spent the night outside. So what's the difference? Teach him a lesson. Well, no wonder he isn't back yet. Fog like this, it's as bad as night.
Charles?
All right. What am I supposed to do? Go wandering out through the fog like a bloodhound? Like a fool? Don't worry, he'll be back. He'll be back. But you never did come back, did you, Jackson? When the sun came out, and that everlasting wind came up and lifted the fog.
Charles? Charles, come here.
Where? Where are you?
Back of the house, Charles. Come quickly.
What is it? What do you want now? The boy isn't around. I've looked everywhere. Now what?
Charles, what happened back here?
What?
Look at the ground.
Well, what in the... Who plowed this ground up?
Plowed?
Yes, certainly plowed. Can't you see? Some crazy drunken fool plowed up up the ground.
But during the night, Charles, how could that be?
You believe your eyes, don't you? It's that boy.
What?
Yes, that Jackson. He went crazy. Found a plow, tore up the ground, and ran away. Went out of his mind, that's it. Boy's going crazy, tearing up the ground. Gone. Crazy.
And then, that night, that same night, after I thought Jackson had gone crazy and run away, I went back to my work. Sunday night.
Charles, can I speak to you? Charles, please stop your work and talk to me.
Haven't you lived with me enough years to know I don't like to be interrupted when I'm working?
But I'm frightened.
Are you? Really?
Charles, stop it.
Are you out of your mind?
Yes, maybe I am.
What did you say?
Maybe I am crazy, all right. Maybe I am. It's the only way I could have lived with you all these years.
What?
Endured your selfishness. Your unbelievable selfishness.
Well.
Everything's for you. For 20 years, everything's for you.
Now that's enough.
Your work, your pleasures, what you think, what you want. Everything for you. Nothing for anyone else.
Will you shut up?
The gentle little Mr. Prentice, the scientist. The good husband who never lifts his voice. Mother in heaven, I'd rather be married to a fool with a heart in him than you.
Well,
You haven't got a heart. You never had a heart. It's you, and no one else. And that boy can be dead out there and you don't care. And I can be dead and you don't care as long as you're safe and doing what you want to do.
Will you go away and let me go on with my work?
Charles, I'm frightened. That boy, now the noises.
I'm asking you for the last time to go away and let me do my
But listen
work.
to me. You've been out here all night. I've been in the back of the house alone. I've been listening. I didn't want to come in here, but I had to. Charles, things I said, I meant them. For years, I've meant them. All right, that doesn't matter. But I tell you this. There's something outside the house. Find out what it is, Charles.
20 years ago, I thought you were an irrational woman. I thought I trained you out of that irrationality. I was wrong. I'll humor you just this once, but never again. Where are these noises?
At the back of the house.
Lantern, hand it to me.
Yes.
Thank you. You're frightened. You don't have to go with me.
I want to know.
What? That you're a fool? Well, so what am I supposed to be hearing? There's nothing. Hello out there! Hello! Well, what now?
Listen.
To what?
Listen.
To what?
I thought...
You heard the wind whistling through the cracks in your brain. Come into the house.
Charles, wait.
Wait for...
Here?
Yes. So what? Give me the lantern. If it's that boy.
Oh, it could be him, couldn't it?
Crazy young fool playing practical jokes. If I get around the corner of the house and... What's going on here?
Charles, something moving under the ground?
Yes, so dark. Can't quite make out.
Charles, what is
I
it?
don't know. I don't know. Animal of some sort?
Take me back to the house.
Go yourself. Moon up out of the clouds to see what this is.
Give me the lantern, Charles.
No, I want to see. The house is back there. Turn around and go back to it. Go ahead.
All right. All right.
Yes, it is something. Burrowing. If the infernal moon had come out, I'd see... There, coming out now, I see... What? Holes. Holes in the ground all over. What are they? Craters? That isn't possible. No. Animal burrows. What animal could make a hole 4 feet across? What animal?
Claire! 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 Where are
Yes, Claire.
Claire!
I ran through the night looking for you. The echo of my voice is still in my ears, looking for you, and the moon was under the clouds, and I couldn't see you. I couldn't find you. And then
Claire, where are you?
I did. Oh my God. My God. You had fallen into one of those craters, into one of the holes in the ground. I couldn't see you, but I could hear you. But which one of the holes? They were all over, ground pockmarked with them. I ran around in the dark. I could hear you, but couldn't find you, and then the moon, it was out again. Oh, bless the moon. Why did it come out? If it hadn't come out, I wouldn't have seen... And my head... Stop it, Claire, stop it! I can still hear you, I can still see you, your body down in that hole. As I ran toward you, suddenly I saw that something else was coming toward you. Something that glistened, wet in the moonlight, something long and slimy, a great twisting snake. Yet not a snake. Not a snake. And the fear in me made me fall to the ground, and I saw as I lay there, I saw the thing move toward the hole in the ground as if you weren't there. As if it were blind and couldn't see, like a great blind worm. It was a worm. A worm 10, 20, no, 30 feet long. Crawling in fright to its home in the ground, and it moved toward you, Claire. Covered you. Crushed you. You're dead, Claire. You've been dead for 2 days. Why should I tear out my memory of all the horror of how you died? Of how young Jackson must have died?
The extra hormone solution. Where'll I throw it, Mr. Prentice? Mr. Prentice, where'll I throw the extra hormone solution? Mr. Prentice, where'll I throw the extra hormone solution? Mr. Prentice, where'll I throw the extra hormone solution?
Yes, it's very funny, isn't it, Jackson? I ran away, and I was going to bring back to the world the greatest rose, but I brought back the greatest worm. The hormones you threw away soaked into the ground and into them. Hundreds of little worms burrowing under the ground, soaking into their flesh, into their life process. Miraculously increasing the growth of them, until overnight they grew and grew without limit into those terrible horrors. And they are still growing. I can hear them. For the last 2 days, squirming around the house and over it. Great monstrous pieces of slimy flesh, squirming and writhing, hundreds of them. Thousands of them, burrowing under the ground, and at night coming out of the ground. I've seen them. A sea of flesh, a sea of worms. Yes, I hear you out there, worms. You were under the ground, and now there's no room underground for you, and so you come out of the ground. The world was yours first, so now you're going to take it back again. The world for the worms. You're under the house. You're lifting it. The walls will fall and crush me, and I'll be dead, and I want to be dead. Yes, now I know why this is happening to me. I thought I could run away from the world and what is happening in the world. You hear that, you worms out there? I thought I could run away. Now I'm very tired. Just sit here and wait. wait for them. I know how I'll die. The walls falling, crushing. Window. Something behind me. A worm at the window. Head looking in. He's crawling in. And another following. And another. They're filling the room. Worms. Worms all around me. The worms all around me. Worms covering me. Cold flesh, wet flesh. The worms covering me. The worms.
Revolt of the Worms was written by Arch Oboler in 1942 for the radio series Lights Out. This production of Revolt of the Worms has been directed by Luis Aguilar, starring Jared Zimmerman as Charles, Rebecca Gomezrueda as Claire, and Kirk Reichart as Jackson and the Scientist. Midnight Apocrypha is a podcast dedicated to the revival of retro radio dramas through new productions of series from the golden age of radio. Midnight Apocrypha is brought to you by Widener University's Lone Brick Theater Company in partnership with Forgotten Lore Theater. If you enjoyed our little fiction, you can find out more about Lone Brick Theater Company on Facebook and Instagram. And go now to subscribe, like, or follow Midnight Apocrypha.
Or you never know what may find you.